My name is Mike Reynolds. 15 years behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler will teach you a lot about loneliness, but nothing prepares you for the kind of lonely that finds you on a back road at 1:17 a.m. in the middle of a storm. I was hauling lumber down Route 19 through Blackwood County, Pennsylvania. The rain was hammering the windshield so hard the wipers could barely keep up. My radio kept dying between stations, spitting out nothing but static and the occasional old country song from the 80s. The kind of night where you talk to yourself just to stay awake. Then I saw her. She stood on the gravel shoulder like she'd been waiting for me specifically. Yellow raincoat, hood up, one thumb out, soaking wet, but not shivering. Most hitchhikers look desperate. She just looked patient. I don't pick up riders, never have, but something made me hit the brakes. Maybe it was the way the rain seemed to fall around her instead of on her, or maybe I was just tired of my own voice. She climbed up into the cab, water dripping onto the seat. Close up, she was maybe 22, pretty in a faded sort of way, with long dark hair plastered to her cheeks. She smelled like wet leaves and something sweeter, like the perfume my ex used to wear back in high school. "Thanks," she said, voice soft but clear over the rain. "I'm Emily. You heading toward Mill Creek?" Mill Creek hadn't been a real town since the paper mill shut down in '89. Nothing left but rotting houses and no trespassing signs. But I figured she knew her own business. "Passing right through it," I told her. "Name's Mike." She smiled like she already knew that. We drove. The cab got quiet except for the rain and the tires hissing on wet asphalt. After a few miles, she started talking, like we were old friends catching up. "I used to ride these roads with my dad when I was little," she said, staring straight ahead. "He'd let me pick the radio station, said I had good taste." She reached over and twisted the knob without asking. The static cleared instantly, and Johnny Cash came on, Ring of Fire, a song that hadn't been played on regular radio in decades. She hummed along, perfectly in tune. I glanced sideways. Her hands were folded in her lap, pale and still. No phone, no bag, just the yellow raincoat. "You from around here?" I asked. "Born and raised in Mill Creek," she said. "Left for a little while, but I always come back." She told me about the county fair that used to set up every August, how she won a blue ribbon for her apple pie when she was 16, how her boyfriend Tommy used to race his Camaro down these same curves, laughing the whole way. Tommy loved driving in the rain, she said, almost laughing. Said it made him feel alive. Her voice got quieter. "He died on this road, October 12th, 1998. Hit a deer going too fast. They said he never felt a thing. I felt the hair on my arms stand up. The date, she said, that was exactly 25 years ago tonight." I kept my eyes on the road. "I'm real sorry, Emily." She shrugged. "It's okay. I was with him when it happened. We were coming back from his mom's house. He wanted to propose that night." She touched the empty ring finger on her left hand. "I still have the ring. Kept it in my coat pocket." The rain picked up. The radio started cutting in and out again, but every time it did, Emily would hum the next line of whatever song had been playing, like she could hear it in her head. We passed the old wooden bridge over Black Creek. She sat up straighter. "Slow down here," she whispered. "This is where it happened." I eased off the gas. The headlights swept across the guardrail. For half a second, I thought I saw fresh skid marks and broken glass on the pavement. But when I blinked, they were gone. Emily turned to me. Her eyes were dark, too dark for the dashboard lights. "You're a good driver, Mike. You don't go too fast. That's why I picked you." I swallowed. "How'd you know my name?" She smiled again, the same patient smile from the roadside. "You told me earlier." I hadn't. The sign for Mill Creek appeared through the rain, faded, half covered in vines. Emily pointed to a dirt road on the right. "Drop me at the third house, the one with the blue shutters. My mom still lives there. She worries when I'm out late." I turned down the road. The houses were dark, windows boarded up, roofs caved in. The third one had no blue shutters anymore, just peeling paint and a collapsed porch. The mailbox leaned sideways. Voss was scratched into the metal. I stopped the truck. The engine idled like a heartbeat. Emily unbuckled her seatbelt. "Thanks for the ride, Mike. You reminded me of Tommy. Careful on the curves up ahead." She opened the door. Cold air rushed in, carrying the smell of rain and something else. Wet earth and old roses. "Hey," I called as she stepped down. "You want me to wait? Make sure your mom's awake?" She looked back at me, rain pouring down her face. For the first time, she looked sad. "She's been waiting 25 years, Mike. She'll be awake." Then she walked toward the ruined house. The yellow raincoat glowed under my headlights for 3 steps, and then the rain swallowed her whole. No door opened, no porch light came on. She was just gone. I sat there for a full minute, engine running, staring at the empty yard. Finally, I put the truck in gear and got the hell out of there. 2 days later, I was at the truck stop in Carlisle, nursing coffee and telling the story to old Earl behind the counter. He's been there forever, knows every mile of Route 19. When I said the name Emily Voss, his face went white. He pulled out his phone, tapped a few times, and slid it across to me. A newspaper article from October 13th, 1998. Local couple killed in tragic crash on Route 19. There was a photo. Emily Voss, 22, smiling in a yellow raincoat, standing next to a young man with his arm around her. Tommy Hargrove. Earl's voice was quiet. "They say she still hitchhikes that stretch every year on the anniversary, looking for a ride home to her mama. Only her mama died in that same house you dropped her at." I stared at the photo. Same girl, same coat. I drove the rest of the week in silence. No radio, no passengers. But sometimes, late at night when the rain starts, I still catch a flicker of yellow in my side mirror. And if I listen hard enough, I can hear someone humming Ring of Fire just behind me.